Hi there, I'm Phil. I play bass and guitar for Beat Street Band for Showbott Entertainment. I also play guitar and sing for the Sean and Phil duo. And sometimes I fill in for the band Revolution as well. Well, I grew up playing rock and pop and all sorts of stuff really, and playing in big bands and jazz bands and things, and then went to study university, got a degree in doing music, and since then I've been playing various bands, function scene, and all sorts of other things as well, session work. I do some writing for all sorts of things like theme tunes, different songs, and sample loop libraries as well. Outside of playing music, I also teach and tutor, so I do one-to-one lessons. I also do ensemble lessons and theory lessons and things like that. When choosing songs for a gig coming up, tend to be a mix between the guests' wishes, any special requests or lists that they might have thought of for their event, and then also some songs that me and the band think would be appropriate as well, or tried and tested songs. Just try and get a happy medium between the two. Biggest skill I need when playing a function, I think, is playing accurately and playing all the right notes in all the right places, but having a great time and dancing around at the same time. Because you can't just do one, you have to have what I always do, have a great time, and then making sure when I'm jumping around I don't miss too many notes. I think that's probably the most important skill, and spotting where the buffet is. For a function band gig, I think I'd probably do more practicing on my own, more solo practicing, making sure I've got all the bass lines right or all the chord sequences right, and practicing the solos as well. Whereas for the duo gigs, I imagine I'd probably practice together with Sean more, or one of the other duos I play with. We kind of meet up and work out structurally how we're going to do it together, because often the structures in the duos are slightly different to how they would be in the full song. Yeah, definitely. Because you've just got one instrument, if there's like a solo section, for example, I always try and get parts of how the solo would sound while playing the chords at the same time. For example, Higher and Higher, Jackie Wilson, the brass solo is quite an important part of the song, so I try and play that with my little fingers at the same time as playing the chords with my other hand, which you wouldn't do quite as much of when playing guitar or bass or whatever in a full band lineup. Okay, so gear-wise for function sets, for bass sets, I've got this little bass head, which is the Little Mark Tube 800. Which is a monster of an amp considering it's tiny, and that goes straight out into the Mark Bass 2x10 cab, which are both light and portable, but they're pack-a-punch as well, they're really loud. And into those go my Fender Jazz Bass, 5-string Fender Jazz Bass, which can do just about everything I need it to, including all the low notes for the extra 5th string. And for a smaller bass guitar that doesn't have the extra 5th string, I've got this Tanglewood Canyon 3, which has got beautiful through neck. Okay, so this is my Taylor 414 acoustic guitar, which I use for my live stuff because it's got a nice pickup system in it, the expression system, which is really good. It's nice to play and it sounds great acoustic as well. And for recording, I tend to use this one, which is a vintage, which is a considerably cheaper guitar Very good if you want to learn the guitar to start with, but it's not got a pickup in it, so I can't use it live. Yeah, the guitar for 4 or 5 years, never let me down. It's a brilliant piece of kit. So these are, this is my main rig for, well, not all of it. I'll start again. Okay, so these are my main 2 guitars for gigging, especially for function stuff. Trusty Fender Strat and PRS Custom 24. Recently I've been favouring the PRS Custom 24. I've been doing slightly more rocky gigs, I suppose, and it can do most of the stuff that the Strat can do. Maybe not quite as funky and sharp, but they're both great guitars. And they go through the pedal board into my Blues Junior. And I like the Blues Junior because it's really loud, even though it's quite small. It's got a custom speaker in it, so it's a bit heavier than usual. But it's a great amp for function stuff. This is my pedal board. It's my larger pedal board with quite a lot of stuff on it. So I'll go for a few. Wah-wah pedal, compressor, volume pedal, distortions, a couple of delays and reverbs, and this big TC Electronics Nova system does everything from reverbs to choruses. I mean, if I've not got that, I can use these pedals, like tremolos and choruses, but I tend to leave them off and just stick to this big one because it can do everything. And you can tap the tempo so it can tremolo in time or delay in time or whatever you need it for. Well, I suppose the obvious ones would be if I'm playing electric guitar, for example, for a gig, and the set list is full of rockier songs, I'd probably play a more rocky guitar, like my PRS would be perfect for that, because it's got humbuckers, big growly angry sound. Although the PRS can also cover most other styles too. Something that's a bit more funky or bluesy, I might use my Strat instead. A bit more of a cutting tone, it's a bit different. On bass, the advantage of playing a 5-string is that you can go considerably lower without the use of an octave pedal. So I tend to use this bass more than my 4-string bass, which is over there, because it can cover more stuff by itself. And then with regards to pedals, I only really use pedals for electric guitar, and I will select the pedals that I need for the specific songs in the set. So for example, you might get a song with a wah-wah pedal in it for one set, so I'll make sure that's on the board. Whereas if there isn't call for it, I'll leave it off. Maybe add a different one instead. I think every musician always has loads of stuff that they wish they have, they don't currently have. And currently on my list in my brain is a compressor, either a compression pedal or a rack-mounted compressor for my bass amp, a 15-inch speaker for my bass amp to go with my 2 10s to make it sound fatter. I'd like for an electric guitar, like a Fender Princeton, because it's a massive upgrade on well, most other the smaller Fender amps. And like a real drum kit, because my electric drum kit leaves quite a bit to be desired. Yeah, sure. I suppose the main things would be learn a wide range of material, try and find out what the most common function stuff is and make sure you know all that, and then look into other things. But definitely a wide range of songs from a wide range of styles. And the other thing would probably be, well, 2 more things. Practice them all, so you know them inside out, so you don't have to stare at your music stand or worry about what's coming next, so you can really crack on with the gig. So you perform better. And the final thing would probably be make sure you don't turn your nose up at songs just because you think you don't like them or they're not particularly cool or something. because you often will have to play things that you may not have thought you might have to play previously, and you might actually be pleasantly surprised at how complicated or interesting some of the parts are. So I'm learning a song for this weekend, which is I'm a Believer, and I just thought it was a simple 3-chord song, but actually the bass line's really good.